Hey everybody, BTO Pro here. I'm gonna do something way outside my comfort zone, which is show you how to install WordPress on DigitalOcean. Ugh, I know. Don't even get me started about super hackable WordPress. But what we're gonna do is click the one-click apps WordPress on 14.4. Do the cheapest because this is just for a demo. And create. So we're going to make this host. It's going to sit out there. Why I'm doing this is because I stumbled across this plugin, which I, for the life of me, don't understand why they're pouring so much time and effort into. I assume that you would pay for additional enhancements to it, but there's this really cool plugin called Elementor that I stumbled across. It's claiming to be Website Tonight type of software, and while it's certainly not perfect, it has some interesting design decisions that it makes. As you may or may not know, we have this like code name project called Hacks, which is short for Headless Authoring Experience. It's a lot of in the planning phase, first thinking ever. It's not done, but every now and then I get inspiration from something so that I can carry the ball a little bit further. So I copy my IP address and then I throw it in. There we go. Please log in Droplet via SSH to enable your WordPress installation. Didn't know that was a thing, so that's pretty awesome from a security standpoint. So we're going to go SSH into the IP. Make sure my key is correct. Have fun trying to hack this. It's going to be up for, like the 30 seconds that I do this, and then it'll be gone. So refresh this, and now we see WordPress install, site title, Elementor, admin. I'm going to have a crazy hard password. Confirm use of weak password. Put in my email. I don't want this index. It'll go away in a minute. Cancel. Log in. Admin. Sure. Log in. Go away. Go away. Okay. So now I'm into my WordPress site. As I have had my critiques of WordPress before, there's a billion options still, even though it's just a goofy little blog platform. That's okay though. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna download this. Personally, it is abhorrent to be downloading code from a third-party location other than WordPress.com or an official source, but whatever. I'll go to plugins, add new, upload, and again, the system admin in me is wanting to power vomit right now with the fact that I'm uploading code to a live server and that the server is going to dynamically rewrite said code. That seems really dangerous, but activate the plugin. Okay, got the code up there. All right, so you can see some of the settings. Elementor, this is the part where WordPress really loses me. As I was joking about last night, if I accidentally typed the letter D there and hit update file, I basically borked my entire system and have no way of getting back to it. But we're not going to focus on the negatives of ease of use. We go to the positives. So, whether or not to do some tracking, color palettes, not a ton of options here. But let's do the important thing, which is make a post. And then there's this cool Edit with Elementor button. I'm going to hit that. And what the first thing, notice from a usability perspective, I love that this, one, we have this tour that automatically opens. It's extremely high production value, and so I'm a little, you've got to be going for paid customizations or something. There's a lot of polish in something that's, open source here. But I like that it's popping open a completely different editor. Now, I don't really think you need the full site scaffold, if you will, here to see what it's going to look like. Like, I think you just need the body of what the material is. I do really like that it has the built-in landscape stuff. I think that'd be great for content authors and things. So, and then from there, you've got these sections. You can just throw in text. I don't love the overlay menu, and then simple things like that probably should have focused automatically. I like that you can do just generic sizes of things, and then the headings. Unfortunately, this is an accessibility nightmare. From a production standpoint, it seems like you can do too much, and break page hierarchy pretty easily. I love this idea with the select your structure, although something even just been thinking about today is I feel like you could just have containers, and if you add a container to an area or click a button to add, another section, then you naturally get these. I don't really think you need these pre-built um, type of things. I just hate this, keep layouts within reason. Don't let people get too crazy with them. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a lot of random people making content that's like this and being like, oh, I don't know how to get rid of that. The column versus section thing, I don't entirely understand this connotation, right? Like I got rid of that entire row. I didn't know that that's what I was doing. Because I don't feel like I should be able to click and modify section at this level. I feel like section should be still a pervasive, kind of more like this, how there's the entire section. So section versus column, again, no, I didn't watch the video. I'm just going off of what my user base would do, which is not watch the video. I like that you can just add a column right through clicking that. We've done some rubric systems before that kind of had that idea, and it worked well. The section thing with clicking and being able to duplicate this entire section, again, the visual hierarchy of just highlighting this one element and it replicating all of them is kind of confusing. It's still very useful. So let's go and try to add, some of this is me fumbling around to suggest that it's, still not great. But I do like that you can search and filter these things down. Image box. Let's throw an image box in there. All right, so now we've got this super skinny image box. It's got a heading, title. It's got text here, and it's got a picture that I would throw in there, which I believe hooks into the media system. I assume it's hooking into the media system here. So that's neat. So we can throw a file in there. I will say WordPress is really good about media integration in things, absolutely. So I guess we should get rid of one of these columns. Yeah, a lot of confirmation for things that aren't important in this step. You can see to get my picture to show up, I'm having to click a lot. I guess I don't really need this section. And now we get into the horrificness of dragging. That'd be like, well, crap, that's too long. Get rid of that thing. And then at the end, I'm still like, well, that's really stinking small. What's going on here? It is cool you can, set all of these, but I don't entirely understand why this is its kind of own combo widget. Like I feel like this is an image, and then it's a heading, and then it's text. I'm not and now I can't, modify any of the individual pieces. Now it is pretty awesome that I could do that, right? That I can just pick up this entire little thing, drop it somewhere else. I could add a new section, say that one's full width, and now throw it in there. So please don't misinterpret my critique of what is happening here. It's extremely impressive. I'm just thinking in terms of, there are some things here that allow for pixel perfect design. And that's a good and a bad thing, right? I could see designers just sitting there endlessly fiddling with some of this stuff because it's possible. So why shouldn't I? There's some nice options even in that little Google Map widget. I can throw in a text editor here. I am a block of text. Okay. It is nice. I have mixed feelings about it, but it is kind of nice to have this be off to the side so that you can see what it is over here. This is the working on a smaller element in real time is very nice. We can bold that. Something, let's see, full screen, toolbar toggle. Okay, I was going to say I hopefully can dig in and make my own headings and stuff in there, but now it's in conflict with if I would just throw in a heading, right? So like I could throw a heading in above this, when you get into the full element mode and go like, well, wait, why isn't that a heading I can move? This is, a heading with text with it. So just some minor thing. It's not, terrible. But I could see it being confusing. Well, this picked up the heading and this is not picking up my heading classes. Why, right? It's kind of confusing as to why that just happened. Well, it's because you're working within a text area and you put text in it. It's a difficult problem to solve. But you can, then duplicate that entire thing, or I could duplicate this heading. The having to click an element twice in order to engage with it is kind of weird. Like especially with small elements, like this is coming up right where I'm clicking the button. And so there we go. It's when I focus an element, it puts that there. So I mean, it takes some getting used to for sure. Like this shouldn't be, I should be clicking this, but then I'm clicking edit and that's not doing anything. It should be, focusing over here. Or I'm clicking in this and I could see we're getting into some real, okay, so I would normally expect to be able to click and drag this around or whatever. So let's not prevent scroll. Nope, see it's still taking scope of that, which is, again, you just have to get used to the design patterns. I like that it has the advanced area and you can go and throw in like margins all in real time, that you can lock them as well. So I'm going to unlock them. So there's 100 on the bottom and 100 on the left. Again, though, once you get into, I mean, I understand it says it's advanced, but once you get into that type of stuff, you can really start goofing a layout up pretty quickly. The animations thing's absurd. Like, I don't know why you would want to do these things. But you can start to make them ridiculous pretty quickly. And we can see what this looks like on landscape. Save. And then I feel like if you hit save, it should just take you there, but I guess I see why. Okay, so this now dropped me back here. Permalink, you can go to that. And again, goofy pop in and animation stuff. It's so weird. I don't know why you would want that, but it has it. Again, pretty neat. I am curious as to what happens after the fact. Yeah, and that's what I thought. Okay, I hadn't tried that yet. So I have this post. I don't know that I can necessarily edit it now, right? Can I edit it? No, see, it's detected it's been made with Elementor. So now I have to edit it with Elementor, which is good. I understand why you would have to do that. It would be much more powerful in my mind if, one, this wasn't specific to WordPress. It's unfortunate that it is, and two, if it just ripped it straight into HTML, but then kept data attributes or something there so that it could be modifiable after the fact. Those are by no means easy things to do. It's just that would be pretty sweet if either one of those were the case, so that every CMS in the stinking universe isn't recreating these things, because Website Tonight software shouldn't be the only people that have access to these cool tools. But again, very impressive first look at Elementor. Highly recommend checking it out if you're in the WordPress universe, which I am not, and as this demo concludes, I will never be. Thanks for watching.